So, LMRF class, okay, in the last class, we were discussing about ADCs. Just recollect what we have done the previous classes. So, we started with DAC-based ADCs. So, in which we're going to have a DAC as a prominent part of this ADC circuit. Then we're going to have a counter. As we know that for a ADC, we need to have a startup conversion. There should be a clock required. There is an end of conversion signal coming from the ADC, and there is an input which is accepting the analog input, and the output is the digital output. So this was the functional block diagram of a ADC, which has got a counter plus logic. This is a DAC, and we have a comparator which is comparing the output of the DAC with the input voltage. So we were just while discussing the operation of this one, we were considering this output voltage to be high whenever the input voltage is more than the effective analog voltage of this digital input. So if this digital input is giving some V0 which is lesser than this, it is allowed to up count. So of course it was allowed to count up, and this process was keep on continuing till this becomes low. So when does this was becoming low? When the V0 was going above Vin. So at that point, we used to get a EOC signal stating that the conversion is over. We used to read it from this B1 to B1 bits. So this was the DAC-based ADC. What was the main disadvantage of this particular type of ADC? So we actually discussed by taking different input voltages. Suppose if you have 300 millivolts as the input voltage, 2.2 as the input voltage, and 4.8 as the input voltages, what was the major limitation of this type of DAC-based ADCs? So this is of a DAC-based ADC. Can anybody tell me what is the major constraint of this one?
The conversion time was based on the amplitude values.
So keep varying with the
Amplitude of the
amplitude of your input. If the input voltage is more, we used to have larger conversion time as it was stated here. Use it quickly. It is not a desired.
Sir, your voice
Because
is a
we could
bit
able
low,
to
sir.
overcome that by having this logic. Is it still low?
You say it's too low.
Okay, let me just try to speak. Just keep the mobile closer. Now, okay, this is, of course, if the input voltage is varying around the same limit, instead of restarting the values from the beginning, we can start it from wherever we left in the previous case. So that used to save a lot of time. So that is only if the input voltage is very close to the previous value. Suppose your sample voltages are very close to each other, then you can just think of instead of starting from the starting 0, you can just start from wherever you left out. So this is going to have some advantage only if the input voltage is around the same value. Suppose there is a huge variation in input voltage, again you end up with the same problem of larger conversion time as the input voltages keep on changing. So then we went to a different type of ADC, which is called as successive approximation type of ADC. Here also it is exactly similar to that of reading the regular counter, but it is called as SA logic, successive approximation logic. In this successive approximation logic, whatever the number of bits in that counter circuit, so we always start with MSB bit and all other bits as 0. We used to compare the analog voltage output of this DAC for that particular digital input with that input voltage. And if it was more than that, we used to stop. Of course, we used to retain that. This is what was happening. Suppose if the output voltage, what you're getting is, was in this particular case, since the input voltage is 2.1, when you consider a 4-bit counter, 4-bit counter, when you just start with 1 as MSB, and if P reference is equal to 5 volt, this will end up with 2.5. Since 2.5 is more than 2.1, you'll be discarding that, going to the next possible MSB bit. Then you just try to compare its analog voltage. It is more than what is that. Then you retain. Then you go for the next next possible MSB that is at the lower order. So this was the process, and you try to complete all the bits and then finally come up with the final output. Here, irrespective of the amount of input voltage you have, it will always take n number of bits. That is, if the number of bits are 4, so it will take only 4 clock cycles. If the number of bits are 10, it will used to take 10 clock cycles. Okay, here also we can see the conversion time. This clock frequency purely depends on what is the time taken by this SA logic to give the output, and this there is a DAC. So DAC has to give the output voltage corresponding to this, and there is a comparator. So the overall time between the successive clock will certainly depend on what is the propagation delay of each of the subcomponents. So this is one of the bottlenecks for going for next type of ADCs, where you want to have the conversion to be much more faster. So we just try to see one more type of ADC, which is, since you're looking for a faster ADC, this is called as flash ADC. So as the name itself indicates that in a flash, you're supposed to get an output. So let us try to see how does the circuit of this will look like. So now let us see. So let us take first just only a 2-bit flash DAC, flash ADC. Flash ADC. So when you have a 2-bit, which will going to end up with 4 combinations like 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. It requires 2 power n minus 1 comparators. Number of comparators required are 2 power n minus 1. In this case, it is 2 power 2 minus 1, which is 4 minus 1. You require 3 comparators. I'm trying to write 3 comparators here. The output of the comparator is given to a decoder. So this is a decoder now. The decoder. Of course, we know that the output is V1, V2. Since it's a 2-bit flash ADC, there are only 2 bits for this. So we're going to give this as the input. So now let me write is I will take the output from this, take the output from this, connect it to VCC, and the other input for this comparator, because comparator usually has 2 inputs, it has to compare. Just take this as all the inputs are shorted. It's given to this is V. Take this as the reference voltage is connected to inverting terminal. Correct? So we have a circuit diagram having 2 power n minus 1 comparators. I need to have 3 comparators. I want to have inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal. Non-inverting terminal of all the comparators are shorted and connected to the analog input voltage. The inverting terminals are connected to this potential divider network, and this potential divider network has got resistances of 0.5 R. This is R. This is R. This is 1.5 R. So irrespective of the number of comparators you have, the first resistor is always of 0.5 R. The last resistance is of resistance 1.5 R. So if R is equal to 1K, you have all the other resistors as 1K except the last one as 0.5K. The first one, that is the topmost, which is connected to VCC as 1.5K. Suppose if R is equal to 1 kilo. Is it clear? We have a circuit diagram comprising of 3 comparators and a decoder. Because what is the input for the decoder? Input for the decoder, it has got 3 inputs. Let me say it as okay, in 1, 2, in 3. If I say it as I1, I2, I3, output is of 2 bits, is B1 and B2. The decoder should, of course, let us try to see. So what are the voltages at, suppose if I say this is V1, this is V2, this is V3. So what is the V1 value? So let's say it is, suppose if I say this as, because we take it as V reference, let me take it as V reference itself instead of VCC. If it is V reference, what is the value of V1 here? What is the value of V1? V1. Is it V reference into 0.5 R divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 R? Am I correct? Hello. Is that correct? Then is this V1 is equal to V reference, RR will go off. Is it V reference by 8? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let us try to see what is the what is 1 LSB for this? What is usually 1 LSB? Is it actually equal to V reference divided by 2 power n? Correct? So what is V reference for this particular case? What is 2 power n now? Is it actually 4?
Yes, sir.
2 power 2 is 1 LSB is equal to V reference by 4. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is V2?
Um,
What
it
is V2? Is V2 is equal to
VREF
V
into R
reference into 1.5
1.5.
R by 4R?
Yes, sir. Alright, yes.
Can I write V2 is equal to what is V2?
3 by 8.
3 by 8.
Can I say it as 3 V reference by 8?
Yes, sir.
Correct? What is V3 now? Is it 5? Hello. Shall I say now V1 is equal to half LSB in terms
Yes,
of
sir.
LSBs? Let's say V2 is equal to
1 by
3.5 LSB.
Yes, sir.
correct?
V3 is 5.5.
V3 is equal to 5.5 LSB.
Yes, sir.
Now we have the input voltages. So is the input voltage always compared with V1, V2, V3? See here, this is input voltage. Is it compared with V1? Is it compared
Yes,
with
sir.
V2? Is it compared with V3 to get I1, I2, I3s?
Yes, sir.
So suppose if I write, shall we just rename it as this as I1 because V1, I1, V2, I2, and this is V3, I3. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me write it as I1, I2, I3. So let us slightly rearrange that. Output is equal to B1, B2. Correct?
Yes, sir.
This is input to the decoder. Suppose input voltage is lesser than half LSB.
Yes, sir. 0, 0, 0. None of them will have.
Is this output voltage 0? Is this 0? Is this 0?
Yes,
If
sir.
input voltage is lesser than half LSB, it is certainly less than 3 half LSB and 5 half LSB.
Yes, sir.
So are the outputs are 0, 0, 0?
Yes, sir.
So decoder should give 0, 0 output.
Yes, sir.
Suppose if your input voltage is between 1.5, okay, half LSB and 3 half LSB. If it is, that is, if V in is greater than V1 but less than V2.
Yes, sir. The only first one will turn on 0,
So
0, 1.
as this is 1, this is 0, this is 0.
Yes, sir.
So since the input voltage is more than half LSB,
Half LSP.
sorry, let me make this okay, half LSB, and it is not, it is half LSB, but it is less than 3.5 LSB. So I should end up with 0.
0, 1.
Suppose if the input voltage, this is input greater than V2 but less than V3, that is 3 half LSB, it is of course this is 5 half LSB. So will it be 0, 1, 1?
Yes, sir.
Why it is 0, 1, 1? Because if
Because
the
both
input
will be
voltage
turned.
is more here, it will be certainly more than this, so that I'll
Yes,
have
sir.
both I1, I2 as 1, 1.
Yes, sir.
So my output should be 1, 0. Suppose if the input voltage is greater than 5.5 LSB. So then
Yes. All
all
will.
the outputs are 1, 1, 1. I should end up with 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So for the input decoder, suppose assume that, okay, let us take V reference as 5 volt. V
Yes,
reference
sir.
as 5 volts. And let us take V in as some voltages. Then what will be your LSB?
5 by 4.
Is it 625?
Yes, sir.
5 by 4
1.25.
is 1.25.
1.25. Yes, sir.
1.25 volt. So what is half LSB?
0.625, sir.
0.625. So what is 1.5 LSB?
Into 3.
Plus 1.25. Is it 1.875?
It's 1.875.
Is 3.5 LSB?
It's 3.125.
3.125. How much is 5.5 LSB?
4.375.
0.375. Okay, assume that if the input voltage is 4 volt, it is what is the value that you're going to get?
Sir, 0, 1, 1.
So you can see it is greater than 3.5 LSB, but it is less than this. So if this voltage is, now what is the voltage you have for V1? For V1, do you have 0.625?
Yes, sir.
For V2? For V2, do you have 0.85?
Yes, sir.
0.85 for V3?
4.375. Oh,
3.125?
yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose if the input voltage is 0.8,
Yes, sir.
if the input voltage is 0.8. So which one will be 1 out of I1,
The
I2, I3?
I1, sir.
I1 is 1, then it is 1, 0, 0. 1, 0, 0 should give you 0, 1 as output.
Yes, sir.
Correct? If the input voltage is 2.2 volt,
The I1 and I2 both will be high.
I1, I2 both will be 1, 1. It should end up with 1, 0.
Yes, sir.
Now see here, whether the input voltage is 0.2 volt or 2.2 volt, are you getting the output voltage in a flash?
Yes, sir.
Because only time that is required is the conversion time for this op-amp to respond and this decoder to respond.
Yes, sir.
There's no clock involved.
Yes, sir.
So unlike in your unlike in your successive approximation ADC or the DAC-based ADC, there is no counter, there is no clock required. Only thing is that when you say start of conversion, you need to make this to come over here. So that is again start of conversion. Once end of conversion means, okay, whenever the decoder output is ready, it will give an end of conversion. Again, this will also have a EOC and SOC without any clock.
Yes,
As soon
sir.
as you give the input voltage, it gives the corresponding comparator output. Corresponding to comparator output voltage, your decoder will give the final output voltage. You can see this decoder is a combination circuit. This will not wait for any clock. So that's why it is called as a flash ADC. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
called as a flash ADC. Now let us try to understand what are the requirements of a flash ADC.
We need to have a decoder, a comparator.
You need to have a decoder, and the comparator is the number of comparators are 2 power n minus 1. 2 power n minus 1.
Yes,
Let
sir.
us just think of realizing a 8-bit ADC.
Yes, sir.
8-bit ADC. So can you just
Sir, not audible.
imagine what is the number of comparators you need?
7, sir. Now you are audible.
So it is 2 power 8 minus 1.
Okay.
So this is the number of comparators required.
Yes, I got it, sir. 2 power 8 minus 1.
Comparators required are 2 power 8 minus 1, which is 256 minus 1. You require 255 comparators.
Sir, it's a huge number.
It's a huge number.
Yes, sir.
So you are not supposed to use such a huge number of comparators, even just the number of bits are only 8. Just imagine if the number of bits are 16-bit, 22-bit. So if it is 16-bit, it is 2 power 16 minus 1, which is
Yes, sir.
huge in number.
Yes, sir.
So such type of ADCs are not recommended for if the number of bits are more than 4 or 5.
Yes, sir.
Even if it is 4, how many number of bits how many
2 power 4. It's 15, sir.
compare 2 power 4 minus 1? You at least
31.
require 31
It's
comparators,
huge. Still, it is huge.
which is not a less number,
Yes, sir.
We know that the comparators, the ADCs that are required are usually in terms of more than 10 bits,
Yes, sir.
more than 10 bits.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
So in such case, what is the solution? What is the solution for such type of cases where you want to have large number of, you need to have large number of bits, as well as you need to compromise with the number of comparators. So then we go for sub-range ADC.
Yes, sir.
Sub-range ADC. In the sub-range ADC, instead of ring flash, we go for 4-bit flash. One is called as coarse, other is called as fine ADC. Right? One is called as coarse flash ADC. Other is called as fine
your voice is breaking. Excuse me, sir, your voice is breaking. So voice is breaking.
Hello. I think it's fine now.
Sir, sir.
It's okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we want to implement this short-range ADC. So as it was said, I want to have a force flash ADC. Because as it was the input is, it is going to have. So I'll have a tag followed by. Assume that you are trying to realize a 8-bit flash. Out of 8-bit flash, let us take 4-bit force and 4-bit fine pitch. So this is hardly 4-bit. Exactly 4-bit. Is 4-bit. So 4-bit means you require 15 comparators. Correct? There is a ADC. Sorry, this is the ADC. What you are trying to
Your voice
realize.
is echoing, sir.
It will going to give the. Hello.
So your voice is echoing, sir.
How about now? I think now it's fine. Is it fine now? Okay, this will going to give some output voltage because this is a DAC taking the input digital values from the ADC, it will give the output voltage. Then we'll have a subtractor. This subtractor will subtract the voltage from this input voltage and the output of this ADC. Whatever difference you get is amplified by a residue amplifier. Residue amplifier. This amplifier has got a gain of 2 power n. where n is the number of bits that are used for the course. Since you are using 4-bit, it is 2 power n. Then you have one more. A flash ADC. This is a fine. So we will have another 4-bit. So do we have totally 8 bits now? The first 4-bit, suppose if I say this is 8-bit output, the first 4-bit are coming from this. This is 4-bit from the course. This is 4-bit from the fine flash, fine ADC. So whatever input voltage you have, corresponding to that input voltage, this is giving 4-bit equivalent of my 8-bit final output, and this is giving the remaining 4-bit. So you wanted, this is my input voltage. I was looking for an ADC which is of 8-bit. This was of 8-bit required. Now you're getting this 8-bit in the form of 4 plus 4. The first 4-bit, the first MSB 4 bits are obtained using the course flash ADC, and this is the remaining 4 bits are obtained using the flash ADC circuit. What is the input for the course 1? The course flash ADC requires the input voltage from the main input voltage, and whatever output voltage you get the equivalent of analog from that DAC circuit. Then you get the difference of those two. This output voltage from the DAC and the original input voltage. You will have some V difference. V difference is now amplified by 2 power n times. Now this becomes the input voltage for this flash ADC, and we'll get the remaining 4-bit. Let us take up an example and try to understand, how does this works. Suppose since we are looking at 8-bit ADC, which is realized using 4 bits plus 4 bit. Suppose you have originally 8-bit, how many number of comparators you require? Let us assume that you implemented that using 255 comparators. Correct? If you require, of course, you require 255 comparator if you don't go for the sub-range. What is 1 LSB? Suppose if I take P reference is equal to 5 volt, and since N is equal to 8, what is 1 LSB? Is it 5 by 2 power 8? Which is 5 by 2 power 8? It 0.01953. Okay, this is the voltage that we are looking for. Suppose if your input voltage is 400 millivolt. This 400 millivolt corresponds to how many LSBs? Can I just write this as equal to 400 millivolt divided by 5 divided by 2 power 8, those many LSBs? So can I write it as 400 exponential minus 3 divided by 5 divided by 2 power 8. Oh. It's actually 3.48. So are we looking for half LSB? Is it lesser than half LSB? Shall I say this as equal to 20 LSB? If it was more than half LSB, I would have gone for the next possible value. Since it is lesser than half LSB, I'm just settling down at 20. So this is 20 LSB. So what is 20 LSBs? So I want to write the binary equivalent of 20. Can I write it as, since it is 20, can I write it as is this my output? So since 400 millivolts corresponds to 20.48 LSBs, since you are taking it as if it is more than half LSB, you just go for the next possible number. If it is less than half LSB, you just settle at the previous value. So that's what we saw here. If it is more than half LSB, you represent it as 1. Here, you can see here. If it is less than half LSB, you represent it as 0 only. So since it is 20 point something, 20.48, which is lesser than 20 half LSB, you settle down at 20 LSB. So 20 corresponds to 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0, 1, 0, 0. So this is actually the binary representation of 20. Let us try to see what will happen if I have to convert this 400 millivolt to a 8-bit DAC output using a sub-range ADC. So if you're going for that sub-range ADC, right now, so what is for 4-bit? For 4-bit, if V reference is equal to 5 volt, then what is 1 LSB? Is it 5 by 2 power 4? What is 5 divided by 2 power 4?
0.3125, sir.
Is 0.3125. So what is now 400 millivolt now is equal to, shall I say it as is it 1.28?
Yes, sir.
Correct? It is 1.28 LSB, correct? Shall I represent it as now 1 LSB?
Yes, sir. It's not greater than half LSB.
It is not greater than 1.5. That's why I'll represent as 1 LSB. Is this 1 LSB, is it the input for your DAC?
It is.
Correct? Because what is the output? What you have is, suppose if I say this is B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8. Is it actually 1000 now? First
Yes.
4-bit of the codes. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
1 LSB. Is this becomes the input for your DAC?
Yes, sir.
Suppose input for the DAC is 0001. It has got a reference voltage of 5 volt, and if it is a 4-bit, what is its output? What is the DAC output for this? Is it 0.3125?
Yes, sir.
So now at this point you have 0.3125.
Yes, sir.
What is the input voltage you have?
5 volts, sir.
You have 0.4. Here. The input
Okay,
voltage,
sir.
analog input voltage. What is the difference?
0.4.
It is
0.4
0.4 minus 0.3125. Is it
0.08.
0.0875?
Yes, sir.
This is the input to the residue amplifier.
Yes, sir.
So you have the subtraction done between this and this. Whatever magnitude you get, you just make it into 2 power n. 2 power 4 now. Into
1.4.
2 power 4, which is 1.4 volt.
Yes, sir.
Shall I now this becomes the input voltage for flash ADC.
Yes, sir.
So now what is 1.4 volt in terms of LSBs?
1 LSB only, sir.
It is, no, 1.4 volt. 1.4 volt in how many
Oh,
LSBs?
sorry, sir. 1.4
Is
divided
it
by
actually 1.4 divided by 0.3125?
4.48.
Is it actually 4.48?
Yes, sir. 4 LSB or 5.
This is 4.4 LSB. Is it actually 4 LSB?
Yes, sir.
Can I represent it as 0, 1, 0,
0,
0?
Yes, sir.
So are we getting the output of 0001 using cores and this using flash ADC?
Yes, sir.
What did we get using 255 bits?
Uh,
Where is that output? Using
last bit.
255 bits also, did I get the same output?
Yes, sir.
Am I getting the same output using 15 plus 15 comparators?
Yes, sir, we are.
This was requiring 255 comparator. Now this requires only 30
30.
comparators.
Yes, sir.
This is the advantage of going for sub-range ADC. Let me
Yes,
repeat
sir.
what we have done. We have taken the input voltage, obtained what is the 4-bit output of this. What is the 4-bit out of this? It was given, of course, it was 400 millivolt was coming out to be 1.28 LSB. You settle at 1 LSB. Why you are settling at 1 LSB? Because you
Not better than
know
1.
that the transition always happens at odd number of half
Half.
LSBs.
Yes, sir.
This is actually lesser than 3 half LSB.
Yes, sir.
So that's why you settle at 2 half LSB. 2 half LSB is nothing but 1 LSB.
1 LSB. Yes, sir.
2 half LSB is nothing but 1 LSB.
1 LSB. Yes, sir.
So that's why you're writing only 1 LSB.
Yes,
And
sir.
then you take the difference of the input voltage. And now you can see this digital voltage happens to be the input for your DAC.
Yes, sir.
DAC has some reference voltage and its output voltage is 0.3125.
Yes, sir.
So that 0.3125 and the original input voltage are compared. Whatever difference you get, that you multiplied by residue amplifier, which is 2 power n times.
Yes, sir.
So whatever the input voltage you get from this, that you again do conversion
Flash.
from analog to digital using a flash ADC.
Yes,
So
sir.
which is 1.4 volt, which happens to be 4.48 LSB. Now you have 4 LSBs, which is exactly this. So you have representation of entire 8-bit output, which is the first 4 bits are from the cores, remaining are from
Last version.
coming from the
Flash.
fine
Fine
flash.
flash.
Fine flash. Both are flash ADCs, but
Yes, sir.
only the bottleneck here is, or only the time constraint thing is, you need to have a DAC, have a residue amplifier, and a difference amplifier. But of course, all these things are happening at the cost of reduction of number of comparators.
Yes,
So
sir.
number of comparators are reduced from 255 to hardly 30. You are saving 225 comparators. You are actually
Yes, sir.
saving 225 op amps.
Yes, sir.
That will be a huge saving in terms of when the number of bits are hardly 8. Just assume that if the number of bits are more, then you're going to have a lot of savings.
Yes, sir.
Shall we do one more example with different values of input voltage? Just take
Yes, sir.
input voltage as 3.2 volt and
3.2.
1.8 volt and 4.3 volt. Just get me what is the actual output 8-bit we're going to get if V reference is equal to 5 volt and N is equal to 8. Then you repeat the same thing with N is equal to 4 plus 4. Right? Yes, okay. Carry on this. I have a meeting now. After resolve, you can just ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನೋಟ್ ಅದ